Hi there, and welcome to our series on how-to RV maintenance. Today we're going to bring you RV water heaters. So what you're going to see is us going over step by step how we did our Suburban water heater. We will show you throughout the process options for what you need for an Atwood Dometic water heater. So the process is the same, it's just some small minor tweaks. In the description box, you will find all of the supplies and tools we used in the process. Also in the description box is a link to our website where you will find a downloadable of today's steps. Period.
All right, let's go ahead and get started. First, we're going to shut off our propane to our water heater. Wherever you have your electric switch, go ahead and shut it off there. Ours happens to be on the water heater itself. Sometimes they may be inside. Next, we're going to go inside or to a faucet if you have an exterior water source that you want to use. I just happen to use the bathroom faucet because it is easier for me. So just go ahead and turn on that hot water and we're going to drain it all out. Once we get it down to the temperature that is no longer hot, we're good to go. So shut it off and head back outside. At this point, we are on city water, so we're going to shut off our city water, and we are using our hose that is connected to our coach. So then we're going to go ahead and disconnect that. We're going to attach our wand. Ours happens to be a metal wand because we do this a lot as part of our work, but the plastic one that you can find on Amazon is perfectly fine for a couple times a year. We will have both linked below in the description box. Next, we need to pull out the anode rod for our Suburban water heater. That takes a 1 1/16 6-point socket. We have the extension on the ratchet so that we can reach the nut easier. If you have a Dometic Atwood water heater, you're going to need a 15/16 6-point socket, and for whatever reason they make it very hard to reach, so you're also going to need a flexible extension. We're going to remove the anode rod with our 1 1/16 socket. Look at all that. Now, as soon as you release the TMP, it's going to start flooding out a lot at one time. We have buckets underneath because of our RV park. We want to be courteous to everybody around us and our AstroTurf. We collected as much as we could and then we dumped it elsewhere. You're going to want to make sure you get out any and all previous Teflon tape that may have been on your anode rod or plug before, so that it's a nice clean thread to go back into. Now that we're all empty, we're going to check our anode rod. Now, comparing this to a new anode rod, you can see it's been used, but it's not less than 50% of the original size. So we're going to go ahead and clean this one off as best as possible and reuse it. If you have this Atwood Dometic plug, just check the threads, make sure they're okay, and if there's no major leaking, go ahead and reuse it. We're going to use our wand and flush out as much of that calcium and minerals inside our water heater as we can until that water runs as clear as possible. An extra step we take as technicians is putting a scope inside the water heater to see where we are with the clean out. This is an optional step if you have a scope. You do not need it if you're going to do this for yourself. As long as the water is running clear, you're probably pretty good to go. Looking at the scope, our heating element still shows calcium buildup. At this point, we would do a vinegar rinse. We're not going to do that right now. We will save that for another time to show you how to do that as well. So either using your Teflon tape or Teflon sealant paste, go ahead and put that on the threads of your anode rod or plug now. Putting the anode rod back in can be a little difficult because the weight of the rod and the angle of the threads. So it may take you a few times to do it. We're going to tighten it back up, again using that 1 1/16 socket. And it won't seat flush. As you can see here, there's still a little bit of tape showing. That is normal. Now we're going to turn the water off so we can detach the wand, attach our hose back to our coach, and then turn the water back on. This will fill up the water heater. Normally you can hear it filling up. As soon as it starts spitting out the TNP valve, go ahead and shut it off. Go back inside your coach or to whatever faucet from before, and once again, open up your faucet lines to purge out the air. It scared me. Just let it go until it's running fairly quietly. And do this with both sides, hot and cold. Head back outside and turn on your electric element if you use it, and or your propane. Once that DSI fault light is out, you are good to go. And you have just completed a water heater flush. After making sure there's no leaks at the plug, go ahead and close her up. After we dumped it, this was the sludge that was left over in our bucket. Isn't that gross? Ooh.
If you have any questions, please go ahead and contact us. Our email is contact@nvrv.com, or you can give us a call at 775-400-1060. We look forward to seeing you in the next one.